Welcome to Switzerland. A country where mountains touch the sky, time moves with precision, and silence speaks louder than noise. This is not just a place on the map, this is a nation built on balance. Between nature and technology. Between tradition and innovation. Between peace and power. From snow-covered alpine peaks to glass-clear lakes reflecting medieval towns, Switzerland feels like a world designed carefully, patiently, perfectly. Every road leads to beauty. Every city carries a story. Every village feels like a painting that came to life. This is the land of watches that never fail, trains that never run late, and landscapes that feel unreal. But beyond the postcards lies a deeper Switzerland, a country shaped by history, protected by neutrality, and united by diversity. Today, we travel across Switzerland city by city, not as tourists, but as explorers, discovering how each place contributes to the soul of this remarkable nation. This is Switzerland. Explained, experienced, and remembered. Zurich, the financial heart of Switzerland. Zurich is Switzerland's largest city and its economic heartbeat. But calling Zurich only a financial hub would be unfair. This city balances wealth with culture, history with modern life, and speed with calm. Situated along Lake Zurich and surrounded by rolling hills, Zurich feels alive yet peaceful. The old town, known as Altstadt, is a maze of narrow streets, historic churches, and centuries-old buildings. Walking here feels like stepping back in time, while modern trams glide silently past. Zurich is home to global banks, tech companies, and innovation hubs, yet it also celebrates art, music, and creativity. Museums, galleries, and theaters thrive here. The city's residents value quality of life above all, clean air, green spaces, and efficient public systems. Despite its wealth, Zurich does not feel arrogant. It feels organized, confident, and quietly powerful. A city that works hard but lives well. Geneva, the city of diplomacy and peace. Geneva stands at the crossroads of international diplomacy. Located beside Lake Geneva with the Alps in the background, this city feels global yet deeply Swiss. It is home to the United Nations, Red Cross, World Health Organization, and countless international organizations. Decisions made here shape the world. Yet Geneva remains calm, elegant, and human. The old town rises gently above the lake, offering views that blend history with nature. Cobblestone streets, ancient cathedrals, and quiet cafes create a timeless atmosphere. Geneva's multicultural population brings diversity in language, food, and traditions. French is widely spoken, but the city belongs to the world. Despite its global role, Geneva never loses its Swiss values, neutrality, precision, and respect. Bern, the political soul. Bern is the capital of Switzerland, but it feels more like a historic village than a capital city. Built along the Aare River, Bern's old town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Medieval architecture dominates the city, sandstone buildings, clock towers, and covered arcades that stretch for miles. The famous Zittglogge clock tower still marks time as it has for centuries. Bern represents stability. Politics here moves slowly, carefully, and thoughtfully. It reflects Switzerland's democratic spirit, calm debate, consensus, and balance. Life in Bern feels unhurried. Nature is never far away. Locals swim in the river during summer and enjoy peaceful routines. Bern proves that power does not need noise. Lucerne, where nature meets fairy tale. Lucerne feels like a storybook brought to life. Nestled beside Lake Lucerne and surrounded by mountains, this city is pure visual poetry. The iconic Chapel Bridge, with its wooden structure and historic paintings, connects the past to the present. The old town is colorful, artistic, and full of charm. Lucerne is a gateway to Mount Pilatus and Mount Rigi, legendary peaks offering breathtaking views. Tourism thrives here, yet the city maintains authenticity. Music festivals, traditions, and lakeside life define Lucerne. It is where Switzerland's natural beauty and cultural identity meet perfectly. Interlaken, the adventure capital. Interlaken sits between two lakes, Thun and Brienz, and beneath towering alpine giants. This is Switzerland's adrenaline heart. Paragliding, skydiving, hiking, skiing, adventure lives here. Yet even with excitement, Interlaken remains peaceful and organized. The town attracts travelers from around the world, drawn by nature's raw power. Snowy peaks, green valleys, and crystal lakes create an unmatched landscape. Interlaken represents Switzerland's wild side, controlled, respected, and admired. Switzerland Zermatt, shadow of the Matterhorn. Zermatt exists beneath one of the most iconic mountains on Earth, the Matterhorn. This car-free village is a symbol of purity and preservation. Wooden chalets, quiet streets, and mountain air define Zermatt. Life here moves with nature's rhythm. Skiing, mountaineering, and alpine culture dominate daily life. Zermatt proves that modern tourism and environmental respect can coexist. The Matterhorn is not just a mountain, it is Switzerland's soul carved in stone. St. Moritz, luxury in the Alps. St. Moritz is elegance wrapped in snow. Known for luxury, winter sports, and elite visitors, this resort town defines high-altitude sophistication. It hosted the Winter Olympics twice and continues to attract the world's wealthy and famous. Yet beneath the glamour lies deep alpine tradition. Frozen lakes, pristine slopes, and sunlight reflecting off snow create a magical atmosphere. St. Moritz shows how Switzerland turns nature into excellence. Switzerland Lausanne, Olympic spirit and youth. Lausanne overlooks Lake Geneva and feels young, energetic, and intellectual. It is home to the International Olympic Committee. Universities, sports culture, and innovation define the city. Old and new blend beautifully here. Lausanne reflects Switzerland's future, educated, global, and forward-thinking. Switzerland Basel, art, science, and history. Basel sits at the meeting point of Switzerland, Germany, and France. It is a city of borders and bridges. Museums, galleries, and pharmaceutical research dominate Basel's identity. Art Basel, one of the world's biggest art fairs, originates here. The Rhine River flows calmly through the city, reflecting Basel's balance between creativity and industry. Lugano, where Switzerland meets the Mediterranean. Lugano feels different from the rest of Switzerland. Located in the southern region of Ticino, this city carries a Mediterranean soul wrapped in Swiss precision. Palm trees line the lakefront, Italian is the primary language, and life moves at a warmer, slower rhythm. Lake Lugano reflects colorful buildings and surrounding hills, creating a peaceful, almost dreamlike setting. Cafes spill onto sidewalks, and people gather to enjoy conversation, food, and sunshine. The architecture blends Italian elegance with Swiss order, creating a unique cultural fusion. Lugano is also a financial and business center, yet it never loses its relaxed atmosphere. It proves that Switzerland is not a single identity but a collection of cultures living in harmony. Switzerland Grindelwald, a valley carved by giants. Grindelwald is not a city, it is an experience. Nestled deep in the Bernese Alps, this village feels like it belongs to another era. Towering peaks, icy glaciers, and green meadows surround the valley like silent guardians. Life in Grindelwald revolves around the mountains. Seasons define everything. Summer brings hikers and climbers. Winter turns the valley into a snow-covered wonderland. Despite tourism, Grindelwald remains deeply authentic. Wooden chalets, traditional farming, and strong community bonds still shape daily life. It represents Switzerland's connection to nature in its purest form. Montreux, music, mountains, and the lake. Montreux rests along Lake Geneva, framed by vineyards and alpine slopes. It is known worldwide for the Montreux Jazz Festival, which attracts legendary musicians and global audiences. But Montreux is more than music. The lakeside promenade offers one of the most beautiful walks in Europe. Flowers, sculptures, and reflections of mountains create a serene atmosphere. Nearby stands Château de Chillon, a medieval castle rising from the lake, reminding visitors that history here is never far away. Montreux blends culture, beauty, and history effortlessly. Switzerland. Davos, power, politics, and the Alps. Davos is often associated with global leaders and the World Economic Forum, but its identity goes far beyond conferences. Located high in the Alps, Davos is both a political meeting point and a health retreat. The clean mountain air originally made Davos famous as a place for healing. Today, it remains a destination for winter sports, innovation, and global dialogue. Davos symbolizes Switzerland's role on the world stage, neutral, respected, and quietly influential. Switzerland. Appenzell, tradition preserved. Appenzell feels like Switzerland untouched by time. Brightly painted houses, traditional clothing, and open-air customs define this small town. Here, democracy is practiced in its oldest form. Local decisions are still made in public gatherings where citizens raise their hands to vote. Tradition is not a memory here, it is daily life. Cheesemaking, folk music, and handcrafted art keep Appenzell rooted in its heritage. It represents Switzerland's respect for history and community. Swiss villages, the quiet heart of the nation. Beyond famous cities, Switzerland's soul lives in its villages. Scattered across valleys, mountains, and lakesides, these small communities define Swiss identity. Life here is simple and disciplined. People rise early, care for their land, and value responsibility. Neighbors know each other. Nature is respected, not conquered. These villages explain why Switzerland functions so smoothly. Trust, cooperation, and respect are learned here first. Switzerland. Swiss culture, precision, neutrality, and balance. Switzerland's culture is built on balance. 4 national languages coexist. Multiple religions live side by side. Political neutrality shapes global trust. Punctuality is a national habit. Cleanliness is a shared responsibility. Privacy is deeply respected. Yet beneath this structure lies warmth, fairness, and strong social values. Swiss culture proves that order does not eliminate freedom, it protects it. Switzerland. Transport, technology, and daily life. Switzerland's transportation system is among the world's best. Trains connect even the most remote villages. Roads are maintained with care. Time is respected. Technology blends quietly into life. Innovation is strong, but never loud. Progress here is practical, sustainable, and thoughtful. Daily life reflects efficiency without stress, a rare balance many countries admire. Switzerland works because it values responsibility over power, cooperation over conflict, and long-term thinking over quick success. Its cities are strong. Its villages are stable. Its people are disciplined yet free. Nature is protected, not exploited. Switzerland is proof that greatness does not require size, noise, or domination. As the sun sets behind the Alps, Switzerland remains calm. Trains arrive on time. Lakes reflect silent mountains. Cities glow gently. This is a country that does not try to impress, yet leaves a lasting impression. A land where nature and humanity coexist in rare harmony. Switzerland is not just a destination. It is an idea, that balance is possible.